Fox Toledo Hardcore Football is brought to you by Central Catholic High School. Now, here's all of tonight's action.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Hardcore Football. I'm Howard Chen taking you through the night's action, but before I do that, we're going straight to Mike Thompson and our Jim White Honda Game of the Week, which you all chose to be Perrysburg Central. Mikey, it's all you.
Howie, thank you very much, fans. I want to commend you for a great game that you chose tonight. It was our Jim White Honda Game of the Week. Took us to Central Catholic, matchup between Perrysburg. In offense, we've seen put up 50 points in each of their first two games. And how about an Irish defense? They're coming off a shutout against Bedford. Out to Gallagher Stadium, we take you. And as you can imagine, both teams fired up for this one. Jarvell Jones getting his troops rallied. And Perrysburg Yellow Jackets taking the field over at Central Catholic. Kind of a little bit of homecoming for Coach Kriegel. He's a former Irish center standout. Here in the second quarter, no score. Nick Munger filling in for the injured Steve Slocum. He gets hit and fumbles. George Pendleton picks it up, and he's going to go about 52 yards the other way. He runs out of energy right there. It's 6-0 after the PAT was blocked. Same quarter, still 6-0. Deshaun Kaiser heaves it up, tipped, and then intercepted by Dan Johnston. Yellow Jackets on the move, but the very next play, there's that Jones kid we showed you at the beginning of the highlights. He's fired up, picks the ball off against Munger. So the Irish have it, same drive. Cedric Gray from 12 yards out. It's now 12-0 Irish. The two-point conversion was no good, 12-0 into the break. Third quarter, Irish fumbled, so the Jackets got a chance. 4th and inches from the inch line. And they get stopped by the Irish defense. Still in the fourth, though, or later in the fourth. It's now 12-0. Now it's 12-7 after the Austin Bishop touchdown to make it a 5-point game. Perrysburg, they get the ball back, and the fumble, the snap again. The Irish recover, and then the proverbial nail in the coffin right there. Power run by Armani Edwards. Touchdown. Irish going to win this game by a final score of 25-7. And Coach a little upset about the turnovers, but a win is a win.
Well, anytime you win, it's good. Don't get me wrong, especially with a young team. Sometimes you have to find ways to win a game. Tonight, the defense really stepped up for us. Again, they've been stepping up all year, quite honestly. And offensively, we took a step back tonight. We need to get a lot better.
Yeah, it is a big win going in the track, going 2-1. So with two big wins, it's going to set us up real nice.
You put your backup quarterback in, you have to work on the fundamental things, and you can't really run your full offense. When you play a defense as good as them, they know he's not going to read on the zone. They know he's not going to get to the outside and the perimeter and threaten. And so they can really zero in on you and bring it.
Yeah, as he said, they brought it. Just listen to a little bit of these numbers here. We've got Perrysburg. They rushed 24 times, a total of 6 yards. It's not going to do well for you when you can't get the ground game going and you only get just under 100 yards through the air. As far as Central goes, 132 yards on the ground, and Amir Edwards, had 2 rushing touchdowns, both late in the fourth quarter. So a final score of 25-7. Central wins this week's Jim White Honda Game of the Week. Howie, where are we going to go next week?
Well, I'll tell you, the next batch of potential Jim White Honda Games of the Week, you see them there. You can also see them at foxtoledo.com. You have until Tuesday to get your vote on. Well, Southview loaded up their non-conference schedule full of current and past City League teams, and they're doing well. Cougars started the year by edging St. Francis, followed that by shutting out Rogers, and tonight they traveled to Start unbeaten, but this game was not easy. Start up 7-6 in the second. Direct snap to Chris Jones, listed as a receiver, fakes the run, goes past, one-handed grab by Marty Ramirez, and he's a load to bring down. Sets up a score in the next play to make a 14-6 Spartans at the half. First play, second half. Southview turns it over. J.Q. Bowers the fumble. Brian Lee recovers, sets up Tyler Ritter. Up top, Tyrell Jones, 4 yards, hauls it in, 21-6. Next possession, Ritter. This guy was Mr. Intensity on the sideline, screaming, woo, all the time. Trust me, I was there. Made it 28-6 and Start. Huge win for the program, 28-22 over Southview. Way to go to get it done. How about some Rogers and Fremont Ross? Rogers could represent for the remaining City League teams against the track. Pick it up in the second. Justin Gaston going through traffic, and yeah, that's the way to handle rush hour because he rushes 42 yards to the 2-yard line. That sets up Ron Harris. 2-yard score for Rogers. They go up 14-12. Later on, though, Little Giants, they would step up big. Tyler Wolf around the outside, 6 yards. He's pumped up after that. Final score of this one, Fremont wins 32-16. Now about that track, Whitmer's the favorite to win that league, but they have a lot more going on with the program. Could the Panthers block out everything and continue their dominance? Find out next on Hardcore Sports.
Now back to Fox Toledo Hardcore Football.
This week, Whitmer confirmed the OHSAA is investigating the eligibility of 6 or 7 transfers. The OHSAA says there's an abnormally high number of transfers in the program, but Washington Local School Superintendent Pat Hickey disagrees. Who knows what will happen, but the bottom line is the investigation's ongoing, and the Panthers can only control what's on the field. Hosting Canadian team for the 2nd straight week from the hometown of Wayne Gretzky. Yes, 7-0 Whitmer early on. Defense, including Chris Wormley converging on the quarterback with the sack, but the play's not over. Ball was stripped by Mark Myers. He picks it up, recovers it 2, runs it all the way back, 17 yards, 14-0 Whitmer. So the defense gets right back on the field, and they make another play. Leroy Alexander, the diving pick. Alexander, he's a focus of the investigation. And that would set up this. Jody Webb running for his jersey number 34 for 34 yards. Webb had 3 touchdowns. Whitmer wins 63-0. St. John's Woodward, Titans just have so many more numbers, so we check this out. Not only do they have the numbers, they got the numbers on this player right here. Liam Allen taking the kickoff and just speeding by everybody. He just seems so much quicker. 6-0 Titans after that. Then their first offensive possession. 2 D1 players, as in players getting D1 looks. Brogan Roback giving it to Kent Kern for the score, 13-zip. Final score of this, St. John's 44-0. They win. In Genoa, forget the Midas touch, it's the Vickers touch. The football team struggled before Mike Vickers became the head coach, but he's led the team to the playoffs in all 4 years he's been there, and his Comets have won 41 straight. That's a streak, and a sign that Vickers is a football genius. Going for 42 straight against Port Clinton. Pick it up first quarter. Kyle Breyer to Andrew Nutter, 29 yards. That's good for 6. 6-0 Comets. Later on, Breyer looking again to that connection to Mr. Nutter. Smooth like butter. 35 yards this time, and wasn't a score, but it would lead to one because 6 plays later, Kyle Nutter takes it in from 8 yards away, and Genoa wins number 42 straight, 57-0. Fellow unbeaten Anthony Wayne trying to stay that way against Otsego. First quarter, Generals up 7-0. Aaron DeLay, no delay on this play, makes a 14-0 3-yard run. People with tubas dancing. How often do you see that? Not often in my mind. Okay, back to the play on the field. Second quarter, Anthony Wayne up 21-0. Otsego converting on a 4th and 15. And they get the touchdown too. Ryan Smoyer to Nate Hackworth cuts it to 21-7. But late in the second, Smoyer picked off by Max Newcomer. And now instead of a 1-yard score by Josh Linge, Anthony Wayne staying unbeaten with a win tonight. 28-21. Well, how about Northview with a big win last week over Waite? If they beat Lake 2, that would be some pretty impressive progress. Early first quarter, Brandon Hall takes it from 10 yards out, 7-0. Wildcats. Later in the first, Lake responding. Nathan Pennington, he's got some legs, but he's also got some arm. Tim Lohman, deep, 37 yards to the 1-yard line, and the next play, Pennington says to finish where he started. Runs it in from a yard out, ties it at 7. Northview answers back, second quarter. Hall, who is tight end Chris Nowicki, 22 yards. That makes it 14-7, and Northview wins again, 29-14. Impressive. Still, plenty of games up ahead, but not just for football. How Bowling Green made history today with the volleyball match. That's next on Hardcore Sports.
It's a great day for Bowling Green, but what's been really tremendous is the process. This has been 4 years in the making, from the gift to the groundbreaking to today, so it's been neat to watch each stage and each step along the way.
It was a special moment in Bowling Green tonight. The brand new Stroh Center hosted its first athletic event with some volleyball, and the Falcons celebrated in style by beating Michigan State. As for the Bowling Green high school football team, they played Bowsher tonight, third quarter. BG's Derek Schrader from close distance, 1 yard actually. TD score for him. Bobcats up 27-8, now 27-16 in the fourth. Bowsher's Corey Williams not the Lions' defensive tackle. His second TD of the game, 2-point conversion was good. It's 27-24 with 3 minutes left, so it was a great ball game, guys. After BG3 now, Rebels with the chance. Andrew Grigsby, Taylor Richardson, 49-yard gain. You see the pylons there, that means they have a chance. Comes down this, 4th and 10 from the 11. Grigsby can't get away. He gets sacked by Trent Waters. BG holds on. What a game, 27-24. Now, if there's a team that's proven themselves to be serious giant killers so far, it's got to be Eastwood. The Eagles won at Patrick Henry, then hung on to beat Clyde. Both are good wins. Next up, Oak Harbor, the lone obstacle to a 3-0 record. Of course, Eastwood, with all their wins, no shortage of fans. They're pumped up. First quarter, Eastwood up 7-zip. 1st and 10 from their own 33. Zach Cockle running a long way, 67 yards to be exact. Eastwood up 14-0. Oak Harbor coming right back, though, in your face. 2nd and 8 from their own 25. Mark Konitsny, 27 yards, gets knocked out hard. That's probably a hardcore hit. Same drive, Oak Harbor, Austin Wygand, 39-yard reception and score. Final score of this one, Eastwood. They stay unbeaten, 52-14. Moving on, last year Liberty-Benton got shut out by Macomb, 40-0. Just a hunch. They probably want some payback, just saying. First quarter. Panthers with the ball. Dalton Buck passing the buck. Jerry Brown, 35-yard score, 7-3. Coach Nichols for Liberty-Benton hoping for an answer. Second quarter, 4th down, they convert, they get that answer. Mitch Linhart, Blade Rosenberger, no relation to Ben Roethlisberger. 2 plays later, it's Linhart. He sneaks in for the score. Liberty-Benton gets the revenge, 43-20. When you're recruited as an athlete, it means that colleges aren't quite sure where you fit in. They just know you can play. Steve Slocum's one of those guys for Perrysburg. Before this year, he was a running back and receiver. Right now, he's a starting QB, plays defense, he kicks. Colleges like what they see out of him, which is why Steve Slocum is our focus for our Hardcore Recruiting Minute. Over 100 points scored after 2 games. That's a good sign things are working out at QB for Steve Slocum. He worked hard at it, though, considering all the positions he's played in his Perrysburg career.
I played a little running back freshman year, played receiver last year, turning into a quarterback this year. Transition's tough, but you just got to focus in, and if you focus in, then it becomes a lot easier.
He can make people miss in the hole. He's got really good speed, and has the ability to throw the ball really well. So there's a lot of attributes, and I think he's going to be one of those guys that is going to fill out and get bigger.
I'm looking for probably the biggest school that wants me. I'd probably go there because I don't know. It's just I like the competition, and the better competition is probably where I would try to go to more.
Right now, and he's only a junior, schools like Toledo and Michigan State have checked him out. And it doesn't matter what position Steve ends up playing.
That'd be the dream come true. I love football, and just knowing that you can play at that level is it's a real goal.
And best of luck to Steve. But for now, back on the field we go. Springfield and Rossford. The Bulldogs haven't won in a long, long time. But this game went to overtime, so they have a shot. But Jared Williams puts us 6 points for Springfield. Springfield up 23-16. Rossford answering back. First possession. Ian Stoller, he gets 6 points too. Back and forth we go. This is a great one. Rossford really wanting to get that win. Rossford QB, Sean McCormick, trying for 2, and, well, Rossford's going to get a second chance. You see the flag there, so they'll try it again, huh? Let's check out what happens. Quarterback rolling to the left, throwing, and it's incomplete and so close. Rossford's losing streak almost over. You can just, so close, yet so far away. Springfield wins it 23-22. But we still got plenty to talk about. Toledo, Ohio State, and the hits that keep us cranking. The Hardcore Hits next on Hardcore Football. Well, tomorrow afternoon at the Shoe, it'll be a reunion of sorts. Tim Beckman and Luke Fickle were defensive assistants on the same Buckeye teams for 2 years. They've seen each other at various camps, but tomorrow is the first time their head coaches facing off against each other.
anytime you're playing somebody you know, there's a familiarity, but it's just like if I was playing my brother. You know, sometimes I'm not sure that doesn't make you even want to do it a little bit more. That you know who that is, and you're a competitive nature, and you know what kind of competitive nature they are, and that's the exciting thing about it.
He's a great person. The 2 years that I was down there with that coaching staff, there's a lot of great memories, and there's a lot of things that we do in this program that are built about those memories that I was involved in.
And the Buckeyes that missed last week's game against Akron, Jordan Hall, Corey Brown, and Travis Howard will not play against Toledo. The NCAA statement reads that the violations deserve a minimum 2-game suspension and that they have some questions that need to be answered before they can make a decision. But on the bright side, it's a crazy college football day tomorrow. Michigan with their night game against Notre Dame, Bowling Green their home opener against Morgan State, and we also have hardcore hits to end the show. Mike Thompson's masterpiece airing right now. Have a good night, everybody.
The most important thing tonight is to play every single play as hard as you can play like it's your last one. Play together, play hard, and let's get after it. Let's go. Right.
Warren all the way for the touchdown and a nice return.